Guys, welcome back or welcome to my channel. Today's video I'm going to be doing a first impression on the new Lorac 3 palettes. I've heard a lot of bad reviews about this palette, and before this palette came out I have heard nothing but good reviews about the Lorac palettes, so I don't know, I kind of wanted to get it and just see for myself, and I was looking for a good palette to use for my wedding makeup, and that's pretty much what really drew me to the colors in this. I thought this is really going to be perfect for bridal makeup, so that was my intentions on this palette. And I thought that I would film a first impression. I would do an eye look today and let you guys know how I feel about it. So this is what the box looks like. It is just a really muted tan color. It's pretty thick for a really thin palette, but they do give you a little sample size of the, what is it called? The Lorac Behind the Scenes Eye Primer, which I have never tried before. So that's nice that they threw this in here. This palette retails for, I can't remember, let me look. I got mine at Ulta a couple weeks ago. So it retails for $44. All the Lorac Pro palettes retail for $44, and like I said, I got this a few weeks ago, and this has literally been sitting on my vanity for the last 3 weeks, and I finally have time to film this video. I've been trying not to use it. I haven't used it yet because I wanted my first impressions to be first impressions. So here's what the palette looks like. Really similar to all the other ones. It is really thin, which I like, makes it easy to travel with, has a nice magnetic closure, which I like, and then you open it up and there is a mirror on the top there, and these little weird inserts that I hate. And here is your color range. So this palette just looks absolutely gorgeous to me. Like all the other Lorac palettes, you get 8 matte and 8 shimmer. I love that. I don't think you can have enough matte shadows in a palette. I really like when palettes have equal amount mattes or even more mattes, because I always use more mattes than I do shimmers. I'm not a fan of using shimmery shadows in my crease, so to have just as much matte as shimmers, I absolutely love that. The color range is really nice. You have a good mix of warm tones and cool tones. I wouldn't say that this palette is drawn to one way or the other. If it does look a little bit dirty, I did swatch it. And they do swatch beautifully, and I will insert swatches of all these at some point in the video. I'll probably do it now. I'll insert a picture, but they do swatch beautifully, so I'm really excited to see how they perform on the eyes. So yeah, let's just dive in. First off, I am going to prime my eyes with the primer that they gave us. So that's what the primer looks like. It's kind of a skin tone-y type shade. I really like colors that have a little tint to them, so we'll just pat this on the eyes, bring it all the way up to the brow bone. This primer is really silky and smooth. Alright, so now we're going to start with the eyes. I'm going to bring you guys in a little closer so you can see. Okay, so the first shade I'm going to take is Canvas, which is just this really nice matte skin tony shade. And I'm going to use this color to just set that eye primer so that when we go in with our crease shades, transition shades, eyelid shades, and all the other shades we're going to be piling on this, that it blends really smoothly on top of our eyelid, and it's not choppy or anything like that. Right, and then for our transition shade, I'm going to take Pink Nude, which is just a really muted pinky shade. And I'm going to buff this into the upper crease. Next, I'm going to go in with Clay on this same big fluffy brush and blend that pretty much directly on top of where we put Pink Nude. So far these shadows are blending really, really nicely. I think the colors are looking really, really pretty. As I am poking my brush into the powders, they are kicking up a little bit of powder, but I feel like that's pretty common. Nothing super, super bad or that I can't, you know, handle. I think that they're blending really, really nicely, like I said. So the only thing so far that I see is that it is kicking up a little bit of powder, but not a big deal at all. All right, and then taking a kind of thinner type blending brush, I'm going to take this shade right here, which is called Cool Taupe, and I'm gonna work this directly into the crease and on the outer V a little bit. Then with a big fluffy blending brush, I'm just going to take this and blend everything out. Okay, and then on a flat shader brush, I'm going to take Almond Pearl, which is this one right here, and we're going to put this all over the lid. This is such a pretty shade. I love the looks of this. Okay, so here's a great example of, as I just tapped off that color, you can see all the kind of fallout and stuff that's smeared all over the palette. So it does kick up a lot of dust, but that doesn't really bother me too much. So I'm just going to lay this on the lid and kind of blend it with those outer V colors. Then I'm gonna go back into Cool Taupe with that same kind of fluffy flat shader brush, and I'm just gonna push this on the outer V and blend it upward into the crease just to give a little more definition and to blend everything a little bit more. And then I'm going to run over it with a big fluffy blending brush and just further blend things out and bringing them up slightly. Okay, then I'm going to take a black kohl liner. This is the Rimmel Scandaleyes, and I'm just really messily going to go on the top of my eyelid really, really close, and we're going to blend it out with another color. Then we're going to go back in the palette, and I'm going to take dark brown on this. I can't think for the life of me what these brushes are called, but it's a little angled like liner brush. And so I'm just going to pick up some of dark brown. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to start blending out the liner with this color. Alright, and then I'm just going to go back into Almond Pearl on that same flat shader brush and just tap this over the lid again where we kind of lost some of that when we were blending all those other colors on top of it. I'm going to take the same fluffy brush and just blend everything out one more time. Then I'm going to take dark brown again and smoke out my lower lash line a little bit. And last but not least, I'm going to apply some Maybelline Lash Sensational Mascara. Okay, so this is the finished eye look with the palette. Overall, I really liked how the look turned out. I just did something really neutral and easy just to kind of get a feel for the palette. So overall, my first impression of this palette was really, really good. I don't really understand where all the bad hype about this palette came from. I feel like I saw a lot of videos, though, that were not happy with this palette, and I don't know, for me, they blend like a dream. They're smooth, they're creamy, they're buttery. Everything that you could possibly want in an eyeshadow palette. I think the color selection is beautiful and perfect. It has something for everyone. Cool tone, warm tone, equal amount of mattes to shimmers. The only thing that I could see people not being happy with is that it kind of kicks up a lot of powder, but even my Kat Von D Shade My Eye palette kicks up a lot of powder. My Makeup Geek shadows pick up a lot of powder. It's just something that happens, I feel like. So I don't know, for me, I love this palette. I think it's absolutely beautiful. I think that this is the palette I will be using on my wedding day. I just have to figure out exactly what I want to do with it. Probably something similar to this, something really neutral and easily and nothing too crazy. So thank you guys so much for watching. If you guys picked up this palette and you have some things to say about it, please let me know. I would love to hear you guys' opinion about it. And please don't forget to subscribe before you leave, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Bye guys.